Two-man queue number 2, and we've won the roll. This hand's pretty good, so we would not like to mulligan. And our opponent also keeps on 7, and he's called Jarola, so it might be Rookie of the Year 2010 Jarola, or it might just be a coincidence. Might be the same guy's last round. Actually, I don't think I checked his name, but either way, he's playing Cloudpost again. It seems to be the popular deck online at the moment, thanks to a certain Louis Scott Vargas who may or may not have popularized it. So yeah, I think we always counter the Prism in that situation, especially because he's got the kind of absolute nut start in terms of lands. So hope he's just screwed on colours. He's thinking, no, he's just taking his time to take the turn. Got his mountain, so yeah, hopefully he doesn't have his island. Next time we can drop 2 Spire Golems and pass. Still no island. Looking good. I guess that means, yeah, we only make 1 Spire Golem, so we can make Sentinels as well. Island Wild Drifter. Flame Slash, sure. Bash. And let's make the other one. I guess that's what happens when you're playing 8 colourless lands. Sometimes you don't get the colour, especially if your opponent counters your Prism. Yeah, I'm going to counter that. I'm going to use the Prohibit this time after learning that I should keep my Fairy Trickery last game. Yeah, I can live with a Lightning Bolt. Don't think twice, it's a good draw. I do like this deck. It's like it used to be really good, but like I said in the first round, it kind of stopped being good, I guess. Maybe I thought it might be good again in the format, but it doesn't feel like I'm that favored against this deck. Maybe I mean, I could change it to a kind of more tempo-based fairy list with like Pestimites and Spell Stutters, and that way you might, with the added tempo, you might be able to get them. Piracy Charm, not so good. Oh, Bash. Hopefully spend the next turn Flame Slashing, and then I can into the royal my Golem and draw a card. Yeah, that's getting countered. Think twice, that's a good draw. And he still hasn't drawn his blue source. Running pretty good on this. Well, I mean, it's not like he hasn't drawn anything. He's tried to play a blue source 3 times. I've counted it each time. Wait, there's Una's Grace. I'll play out 1 land just so I've got Una's Grace and Sentinels, and then I'll stop making lands after that. Still nothing. Looks like he's going to be discarding. Sentinels. He might have the bolt here, actually. Oh, no, he just concedes. Fair enough. Nice game. It's kind of hard to know how to board this time. Last time I didn't even consider Hydroblasts. Probably should mention that. Like they only get his removal spells. I mean, he might be running Rolling Thunder, but that's quite easy to counter. You've got cam spells and fairy trickeries for that. So in fact, well, I'll take out the piracy charms. And I don't actually know he's running Ulamog's Crusher, so I think in this case I won't actually bring in the Curse of Chains, and I think potentially, in fact, I'll bring in an Null because they seem good against him. He's running the 1 mana one that finds lands as well, and I think I'll board out Into the Royals. Same reason, he doesn't really have any good targets. So I think what I will do this time, I don't know if he's running multiple teachings and deep analysis like last guy, so I'll just bring in Hydroblast because I know he is running red spells. And yeah, we'll submit like this. Slightly awkward hand, but I'll keep. He snap kept his 7. There's the expedition map. There's the exclude. These excludes are getting a bit awkward. Hopefully he has targets, unlike my last opponent, who didn't ever make one until he had 1,000,000 mana. So he's got the, oh, okay, spoke too soon. I was going to say he's got the colour lands, but no cloud post this game, and then he made a cloud post. About to find another one as well, I assume. Yep. Find your cloud post. That is quite a powerful effect, so to speak. The old Tron. So yeah, I thought I might be favoured in this matchup, but I guess when they've got so much mana, I might be wrong. I'm running fewer counterspells than I thought, though. I think I used to have more in this deck, but I cut some to be able to deal with creature decks. I put in stuff like Piracy Charms and Into the Royals. So they might have to come out and be replaced for something slightly better. Yeah, I'll allow that expedition map. Again, I'm at the point where I'm countering his business spells, not his lands. Find yourself another cloud post. No, finds Island. He obviously wants double blue for something. I guess we will soon find out what. Oh, no, he just has the other cloud post. Fair enough. Think Twice does use my mana a bit awkwardly, but then I don't really need a Sentinels. Yeah, I guess I've got the land next turn, and I've got a 2 mana counterspell and a 3 mana counterspell, so I don't really need to think twice. He counters this by the looks of it, that's fine by me. As long as it's getting a counterspell out of his hand so I can win the wars. So he's running Condescend as well, that's worth keeping in mind. There's a Hydroblast for the Rolling Thunder, should he go for it. Think once. And think twice. Land 1 time. Is he countering this? Oh no, he's mysterizing. Sure. I guess we can both draw some cards. Let's cast this. Is this a teachings? Yes. So we have a good target for our fairy trickery. We have a good target for this as well. Can't target spell if it's red. Now he makes a crusher and passes, and I go, uh-oh. Yeah, I can live with that. I really hope I don't regret. Oh, yeah, okay. It's strange because the LSV version doesn't run Crusher, so I'm surprised that both my last opponents have been running Crusher. But yeah, I just lose now. There's no point carrying on, I just have no ways of dealing with that. And it looks like we will be boarding in those So yeah, we'll take out these Hydroblasts, and we'll bring in these Cursed Chains, and we'll submit. Oh, just accidentally opened a replay there. Yes, I would like to play first. And do I get to see my hand? No? There it is. Yeah, that's not bad. We will keep this hand. Gets better. So yeah, while he's building up to 20 mana, I'm bringing 2 lands back to my hand. So maybe this matchup's not that great. Didn't make the artifact, but thankfully we have something to do with our mana. He's thinking, is he countering it? Condescend or something? Seems a fairly weak counter, just gambling on me not having land, and I do have land, so I guess I hope he does counter it. Yeah, he's going for it. Maybe he wanted a scry. Can't really tell at this point. Let's go again. And no land means I'm going to have to think twice in my turn. I don't want to make the Fathoms there and go to um go to 1 land. I suppose I'd get to 2 lands actually because I'd remake 1, but still not great. So yeah, the gamble paid off. He's drawing locuses like no man's business. Yeah. What I could do there is Fathom Seer and then go 2 lands for Counterspell. Stagger Shock. Sure. Not sure why he'd just run that out there like that. In fact, I'm not sure why that would be in the deck post-board. I guess he doesn't have much to board in against me. And he just passes. Okay. Land. Nope. Yeah. So we can make a Spire Golem now. And yeah, I guess I'll actually make another one because I don't have 2 counterspells I can play. So there is the other Spire Golem. See if he has the Shattering Pulse. One, two, three, four. Mystical Teachings. I guess he might be finding Shattering Pulse here, but I don't have Fairy Trickery, so yeah, I'll let that resolve. He also can't flash it back. Lightning Bolt? Really? Strange. But yeah, he also can't flash it back without black, and I can stop him getting black. Yeah, that's fine. I wonder why he found Lightning Bolt there. This guy's playing a bit oddly. I mean, he must have a plan, but I need to work out what the plan is. I'm going to keep 2 counterspells up here rather than making a Fathom Seer. Yeah, like I said, we'll stop him getting black. Yeah, I guess that's still better than making Fathoms here. I'd like to be able to do it when I've got 7 lands in play and haven't made a land, because then I can pass with 5 lands up, so I can Fairy Trickery and Counterspell. So next turn, if I draw a land next turn, I still won't do it. Stagger Shock me, still fine by me. Is he just trying to burn me out? I need to bear in mind he's got a Lightning Bolt in his hand. Oh, okay, so he's going for the double kill. I think I'll actually let that happen. Compulsive research. I'm going to counter that. He seems to be in a bit of a landlock. Yeah, so like I said, I'll let that resolve and then I'll just make another one. I can't sit here forever, and I think one fairy trickery should be sufficient next turn. So I'll make the Fathom Seer and start remaking lands. That'll give me a lot of lands to pitch to Una's Grace as well. So if I don't need to fairy trickery something next turn. So yeah, this game's looking okay for me. Obviously now I've said that I'll probably lose, but never mind. Just need to stop him killing literally everything. But yeah, I've got a lot of count spells building up here, and that other Fathom Seer should be enough card advantage to keep the game in my favour. I Una's Grace last turn rather than think twice, just so I could use my mana more efficiently, if you were wondering. Yeah, I think I actually want to Fairy Trickery that. Just because by not countering that, I open up Mystical Teachings as well, so it's kind of like that's drawing him 2 cards, and that's not really something I want him to do at the moment. There's the land I needed. So this means, yeah, next turn I can make Fathom Seer and still have 2 counterspells up, or Fairy Trickery and counterspell. Let's think twice. And yeah, I'll get Sentinels out. I don't mind him using his counterspells on my Sentinels because I'm going to stick a creature eventually. So the more spells he uses to get rid of my creatures, the more likely I am to win because it means he's going to have fewer counterspells when he tries to resolve something actually relevant. Let's see what he does with that Scry bottom and top. So he had 1 good card. So yeah, obviously now this game he doesn't get his Crusher and I do draw my Cursor Chains. I should maybe board out and exclude actually. Don't know how good those excludes are, considering I haven't seen any creatures, but they normally run creatures. They normally run like Muldrifters at least. I know. I think he did play a Muldrifter in the first game, but they normally run some creatures. Um, yeah, I guess I countered the first one, so I might as well counter this one. And I use the worst counterspell as well, the more expensive one. I should have used this one. I'm going to see what's on top before I decide. If there's nothing there, I guess I'll keep my counterspell. Yeah, I'm going to keep my counterspell. I mean, I can always just counter the teachings. Cast a Spire Golem. Is he going to counter that? He's thinking about it. Yes, no, maybe. Maybe it's an elaborate bluff. He's got 6 mana. I mean, there are a lot of things he can have. No, he lets it resolve. Okay. I'll drift away. We can use our exclude. Finally. And we draw another one. It replaces itself. So yeah, let's See if he's got any other counter spells. Nope, you concede. Cool, so we're 1-1 against Cloudpost. Hopefully the next round won't be against a Cloudpost deck.